Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. Having my fifth cup of coffee. Come on in. I'm cooking a pan full of bacon, and we're gonna have a little chat this morning. Cooking it in my all-clad stainless pan. I'll show it to you in a second. Well, it's 9 a.m., 8:56. We've gotten all the news about our attack on the nuclear sites in Iran. We've gotten Secretary Hegseth and General Raisin Kane's detailed information they're willing to share about what happened. And we have learned that we are the mightiest, most powerful, need to be feared military on the face of the planet. And you better think twice before messing with us. We've heard that after the news conference, I go over to CNN, and they're saying, yeah, but they didn't say they got it. They said they severely damaged it, but they didn't say they destroyed it. So they're always looking at the pessimist side of things. What a shocker, right? I just wanted to see what they would say. All in all, the guests they had on there were pretty proud of our government. I mean, who's going to talk down? I mean, you're just asking for trouble with these men and women that put their lives on the line and went over and did all these things, the secrecy. I mean, aren't you proud to be an American, to know that nobody can mess with us? These people living in rubble that are getting bombs showered down on their heads, aren't you glad you don't have to worry about it? You can go to the mall today, you don't have to worry about a bomb falling down out of the sky and blowing up. Thank God. That's what it's called being in a God-blessed nation. That's what it's called having God on your side. I believe God saved President Trump to save this world. He will save the world, God Almighty. I'm not saying that. Don't try to put words in my mouth. I'm just saying he is facilitating and bringing peace and keeping this world going until God returns himself and destroys this world, takes those that are his and burns the rest. So nobody knows the future, but it was a very scary time. And I mean, it wasn't really a shocker to me when he said in 2 weeks we're going to, do something if you don't talk. I mean, I knew it was imminent. I mean, who didn't, right? That's just like, I think Iran knew that. But he did tell people in our embassies around the world and over there to get out a couple of weeks ago, or however long ago it was. And the military C-5s and everything else that could carry people came in and got them out. That should have been a tell right there. But we have learned one thing, folks. Bernie Sanders comes online. He's giving a speech when the news broke. What does he say? Down with President Trump. He doesn't have the right. Wars Act, take the act of Congress. He can't do this. Then what does AOC do? Comes on there, I don't even listen to her. Runs her trap with her scary eyes. That chick's freaky, man. Bernie Sanders? Wow. Doesn't he have enough money now? He's a millionaire. He doesn't say millionaires and billionaires anymore. He just says billionaires. Pretty soon he becomes a billionaire, which he was on his way to if the Democrats would have gotten office. With all their thieving and stealing, fraud crap. Praise God for Donald Trump. And why do some, not us voters, act so surprised at what he's doing after he ran on it and repeated it 3 rallies a day for 3 years? It's unbelievable. But I never knew about Donald Trump when he was a playboy and he was out of politics and he was running around in New York as a billionaire, millionaire. I don't follow the tabloids, but since he became president in 2016, I started watching things and saw when he was young what he was saying, even when Oprah was telling him he should run for president. And that man has never, unlike all politicians that he has never flip-flopped. He has always said America first. He loves his country, and certain things shouldn't be. Has he said some outlandish things? Is he different than what those lying politicians want you to think they are? This honorable presidential? No. He is real, is what I like about him. I love real. He's got common sense. Does he want to make a buck? Hell yeah. And he's made a lot of them. Billions of them. But as long as he's keeping America first and this country's safe, got my vote. Man, I like how Hegseth came out this morning. That guy speaks good, doesn't he? I mean, he really, really speaks well. Even though they rehearse and they have a prepared speech for all these news conferences, he delivers. And what about Caroline Levitt? Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen someone so young, so talented, so smart, so sharp? I mean, Trump's really got a team. He's really got a team. I liked Raising Cane this morning, General Kane. I liked him. The journalists, they didn't ask anything too tough that they couldn't answer. They took about 10 or 20 questions. And, like right now, we're on high alert. Everywhere there's security and military in our country for these sleeper cells that could potentially rise up and, be suicidal. We're ready to take them out. We're ready. Don't think, this is what I'm going to talk about. This phone I got right here is looking at me and listening to me. That TV right there, that smart TV, is listening to me and watching me. All you got to do is say a key word and a little red light goes off somewhere saying record, because this is the intelligence, this is the AI, this is the software that's built into your phones, your TVs, your cars. You're not going to get away with anything. You can't rob a bank anymore. You can't just go in and do anything anymore. You can't even come and do anything to someone's property or break into their home. Everywhere there's a camera, not just from the government and things, but people. Everywhere there's cameras. Everywhere. Yep. So these morons, these moronic people that think they can do and say and act without getting caught or being flagged, that's why these cells that are sitting there wherever they are, if we have any, and no doubt with the open borders from the previous administration, they're out there. All right. We'll maybe talk some more politics another time. I didn't continue with my Noxzema treatment with my red face last night after I showered because I did Crushing It for Christ, I should say. And then I wanted to go to bed, and I didn't want to get that all over my bed. I just washed my sheets yesterday. So I woke up this morning, I'm thinking, well, Tim, you really can't go out in the sun today or ride your bike or whatever. You're going to have to lay low and keep that sun off your face, and that's what I'm going to do. Let's get this bacon grease, drained off the, I'm just going to put it on a plate and put this bacon on there. This is what I'm trying to lead up to in my next subject on this video. Today is Sunday. Yesterday I was saying it was Sunday. The day before I was saying it was the 21st. It's rough being retired, folks. Turn that off. Today is week number 3 that I am a carnivore. And I just have to show you. Let me get you right over here. This is me. I haven't arrived, but I damn sure have left the line. I feel good. I feel strong. I like how I feel in this shirt. I'm going to knock out some push-ups again this morning. I'm going to hit the gym, of course. I'm having my meat only, eggs and butter, of which I love. I had some salmon. I did make that sockeye salmon. And there's no end in sight. The movie Animal for $4.99 is available for rent on Netflix, YouTube, Fandango. I couldn't find it on Netflix, but they say it is. But you can get it on YouTube regarding the carnivore life and dispelling and exposing big pharmaceutical. And animals eat plants, and we don't eat plants. We eat the animals that eat the plants. It's a little trailer I saw. So I'm definitely going to throw down the $5 and watch that movie later today at my own timing. Came out yesterday. 3rd week as a carnivore. It's not 3rd week in a Mediterranean diet, an Atkins diet, a keto diet, a ketovore diet, a South Beach diet, a low carb diet. It's a lifestyle. I have changed here, everything about my life. I've never seen anything such a transformation. The clarity, the knowing this is it. Man, when I'm telling you, when I put my clothes on now, I got my go to hell shoes on here. Let me show you. I got my loud britches on, my board shorts, for Florida. I got me a tight t-shirt on with guns. I ain't bragging, I'm just showing you. This can be you. And very quickly. You're 10, 20, 30 pounds overweight. You got foggy thinking. You got some kind of health issues going on. I don't see any improvement in my eyesight. Then again, I don't see any worsening. And I am continuing my drops. I would love to find out one day, hopefully even soon, that I can discontinue that. My blood pressure this morning, I checked it with my watch. I got a machine. I was 120/73. Perfect. It's been perfect. I took, those blood pressure pills. I can count them on 3 fingers. Those Stalin pills, forget that. Look at this bacon I got here. I eat steak every day, eggs, boiled, fried, scrambled. I love scrambled eggs. Love bacon. Butter. I'm drinking heavy whipping cream in my coffee. Folks, that's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. You got to try heavy whipping cream and get you some McCaffey. Go down to McDonald's and get you a cup. Or head over to Scooters. They got a good cup too for $1. That is good. So, next Sunday is 4 weeks, 1 month Jim Bauer and others that are carnivores have uh, asked me and encouraged me, I should say, to give 3 months. And I thought, 3 months? You know how long that is to me? I mean, I don't plan ahead. I mean, a month ahead is, I remember when I used to take the cruises and I would book them. I would hate to have to book it any more than a couple of months out because I'd be so impatient. Like, man, may not ever come. But I have a couple of times. And you try to forget about it. You're going to like, oh, I'm going to get in shape, lose a few pounds to go on the cruise, you know, because I'm going to gain a few pounds, likely. Free food. But I'm committed, not for 3 months, for the rest of my life. This is something I never want to change. You know, it's kind of like a religion. You know, you're never going to convince me there's not a God. You're never going to convince me that prayer doesn't work. And you're never going to convince me that we don't reap what we sow. We absolutely do, in the way we think, act, talk, and what we do. The universe is very fair. You get out of it as much as you put into it. And I'm just very excited, and I want to not be dogmatic or, you know, like a cult. Some people call it a cult, you know, this carnivore life. I would implore you to watch the movie, maybe, Animal. You can rent it on, just rent it on YouTube. There, I know you can get it. It's an hour and a half long. Take a look at what they say. Do you have common sense? Do you know truth when you hear it? Do you have reason to believe something that sounds logical? Do you have critical thinking? Well, then maybe you're missing out on life because you've been not utilizing those faculties. You have been listening to doctors, the naysayers, the media, and everything that we've all been hearing all of our lives about different foods, what drugs can do. I mean, I heard another, they're on every other commercial. I heard another commercial. Well, they all say it. Every commercial that pushes some pill, and there's a lot of them. Start noticing that. What do they always say? About 30 seconds into the commercial, may give you thoughts of suicide. Literally all of the pharmaceutical pills that they're pushing all have some side effect about wanting to commit suicide. Every one of them, no matter what it cures. Isn't that stupid? Who wants that? I'll rather take whatever I got than to think about killing my damn self. Folks, it's all a scam. Everything we've heard is wrong. From our politicians, about Social Security, about pharmaceutical, about cardiovascular disease. It's still the #1 killer. They've been studying it since 1949 and it's still #1. They haven't even put a dent in curing heart disease or cancer. What does that tell you, huh? Get a clue. They don't want to. There's 7 billion people in the world they want to keep running through a revolving door, feeding poison to, and then giving us false hope with crap. Now, you can't make a statement like that without making a disclaimer. Has an aspirin worked at relieving a headache or taking away pain, ibuprofen? Absolutely. A doctor that put a new hip in someone or a new knee, did they have a change in their life and able to be more mobile? Of course. Have doctors transplanted organs like liver or whatever it is? I don't know if liver is transferable, but hearts, and save lives. Limbs, done amazing things, and will continue to do these things through AI. I understand the good part about AI, of course. But there's also this other element that I mentioned just a moment ago about big pharmaceutical. And they have all the money. And they just keep giving these pills to these doctors and telling them to promote it. And now they can't even rely on them. They just put commercials on TV. That's why they didn't allow lawyers to advertise on TV years ago, and then they approved it. And look what happened as soon as they did. Every other commercial, if it's not a pill, it's about if you got mesothelioma or you've slipped and fell, let our aggressive sue guys come sue for you. Let's create problems where none exist. So sometimes the best thing you can do is to do it yourself, is to get your own education, try to find the facts. Don't listen to what they've been saying about certain things forever and ever. Just say, look, I'm going to be open-minded. I'm going to consider. And I haven't seen animals yet, so I can't really say it's conclusive and really convincing. But I know that the people that are in it are the same YouTubers that I've watched. And yeah, they want to silence them, Big Pharma. They don't want you to know that all you got to do is go down and buy a porterhouse steak and start eating that, and eggs. And a lot of things are going to go away. And the dietitians out there, these weight loss with the shots and the jabs and the pills and the hocus pocus that they do to lose weight, they're making billions of dollars a year selling their diets and potions and pokers and stickers and pills and shots. They don't want. Why would they want to tell you the truth? Like a magician. Why would he want to just show how he did it after he did the trick? They never perform it twice, and they certainly don't want to say, here's how I did it. No. But I want to say this last thing before I end the video. One thing that I've discovered in my mature years now about the people of our country, they're very trusting. Some of them are very gullible. They want to believe out of the goodness they have in their life and in their heart what they see on TV, what their politicians tell them, what the media tells them. They want to believe them. They don't want to believe gossip. They think that these are the true sources. And due to their gullibility, they're gullible, and just how, I don't know, trusting they are, they're duped. They're duped into buying. Look at these commercials on Home Shopping Network and all this stuff. I mean, just peddling junk and lies and deceit. And this will help you, and that will do this for you. Literally everything you see on TV is an absolute lie. Every commercial is just unbelievable to me. That's the way I feel. And when I started talking about Social Security a couple of years ago, I was like one of the few. And I got a lot of pushback because they didn't want you to know these financial people that work in the business that keep you investing and trusting in them of where to put your money and how to do this and that. Like you can't think for yourself. Like you don't know that $1 today is worth more today than it is tomorrow. That a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. That you may not see this big return one day. Especially the way the United States is feeding people. So while President Trump is a great president and he's doing a great job to keep us safe and everything, you got to get aware of a lot of other things that are endangering us. And that is one, thinking for yourself, doing for yourself, and blocking it out, changing your mind. Now, do I sound like some cultist or brainwashed person just because I've been on Carnivore for 3 weeks? I'm talking as someone that feels and looks like someone crushing it.